What's going on? It's Vance. We're going to talk about color modes. So let's just get into it. Different types we'll be talking about are primary, tertiary, triads, analogous, color temperature, saturated colors, desaturated colors, RGB, CMYK, spot color, and hexadecimal colors, or code. So first, primary are just your basic red, blue, and yellow. Um, so example of this would obviously be just red, blue, and yellow. Then we have our tertiary colors, which are created from mixing primary colors with secondary colors. So they'll like kind of give you these right here. So they're kind of like the in-between almost. So as you see, like they're not quite the primary or secondary colors, but they're kind of close. Next we have triads, which they're colors that are equal in distance from each other on the color wheel. So it doesn't have to just be obviously these three. It could be maybe this green, this red, and then you know blue or something like that. They just have to be kind of like the same distance. This is kind of example um, with these with this yellow and the red and blue. Next is our analogous colors, uh, colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So yeah, just like it says, they're next to each other, and obviously it doesn't have to just be those. It could be, this purple, this violet, and then blue. Um, so this one, it's kind of like obviously like the red and the yellow and the orange. They're all basically next together on the color wheel, essentially. So those are the only colors used in this picture or in this artwork. Next, color temperature. This is where we're gonna have our warm and cool colors. So warm colors are gonna be like your red, yellows, and your pinks. And this picture actually demonstrates all this really well. And then your cool colors are like your greens, your blues, and your purples. This is a good example because you have your warm colors on top, and you can see kind of like the contrast, and then below you can see the cool colors. So you can kind of use like warm colors are, obviously used for like the sun and stuff, and cool colors used for like the water. So next we have saturation, and saturation is the intensity or purity of a color. So as you see, this red is 100% saturated, and then this one, it kind of goes down the line. And then you have your desaturated. So like desaturated is basically just the opposite of saturation. So um, you have desaturated dark colors, which obviously they start to get darker. Uh, so saturated, you're really bright, uh, enhancing what the colors in the picture, and then desaturated, you're basically taking that away. So it just kind of looks gloomy. And this is where a lot of times how you can express different emotions with the colors. And then your desaturated light colors, which is just obviously desaturated light colors. It's a good example. The rose is desaturated. You have your RGB, which is just your red, green, and blue. Um, this is usually like what you'll use on your Adobe Illustrator. So it's used for anything on a monitor or screen, and it's also known as the additive color module. So everything that you see kind of on like a computer screen or like on your phone screen, those are just going to be the RGB colors. And then you have your CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, which key is black. This is used for anything printed like with ink. most of the time. And it starts with a lighter page, and then it's layered with each of the colors, with the cyan, magenta, yellow, and the black, and yeah. Then you have your spot color, and spot color takes highly precise mixes of ink to create a certain color. So, and it's usually seen in Pantone printing. So, for an example, this is how it would be kind of with your CMY color, and all the different colors right there, and then spot color is just that color, none of that fancy smancy stuff. Lastly, we have our hexadecimal code. And this is a way to represent a color in RGB by combining red, green, and blue in a particular shade of color. So all these different colors have little like certain like codes, and like this is basically just how you're going to specifically find the exact color you want. That's usually what this is used for. So, all right, that's it. Thank you.